Move on to Jori Ringman from the Confederation of European Paper Industries. Jori, you still online?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Jori. So Jori is presenting on water and resource efficiency in the pulp and paper industry and situation and new challenges with digitalization. You've got 5 minutes, Jori.
Yep, and I see that I got my slides too, so thanks for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for the opportunity to speak today with this experiment of how to do it digitally and remotely. So it looks that it's, despite the little hiccup, going very, very well. Just to remind you that pulp and paper industry is still very much in large number of companies and production sites all over Europe. So many people think it's only in the Nordics, but it's all the way to the south and then from east to west. And we have about 22% of the world production in our membership in Europe. About 2/3 of our companies are SMEs, and therefore any kind of European level collaboration that we can create and give assistance and advice to the members is of course very much appreciated, because the smaller companies typically don't have the human resource to produce these kind of projects themselves. You can read all the advertising about the association later when you get the slides. Our starting point is when it comes to water, maybe different from some others.
Sorry for interrupting you, Jori. Can you please speak a little bit louder? The participants are not able to understand you well.
Okay, so is this better?
No, not really. Sorry.
Okay, so it's one of these things that in the practice everything goes well, and when it comes to reality, then it doesn't. I think it's then the line that is the problem.
Well,
just continue as you are. We don't have much time for more technical challenges, so it's okay to listen to if we pay attention. So let's continue.
Okay, sorry for that. So I was saying that our starting point is that we are an industry leader. In the past 25 years, we have successfully decoupled absolutely the production from the water intake. So whilst we have increased the production by 60%, we have reduced the water intake to half of what it was. So currently we have about 3.5 million cubic meters of water intake, and a big part of that is in indirect cooling purposes, where it's of course not contaminated at all and it doesn't require cleaning before it's returned to the water. We have also been pioneering in water stewardship, so that also that part of the water that we need to clean, we are able to take good care of it so that others can use the water after us in good confidence. In fact, like I said, more than 3 million cubic meters of the 3.5 that we take in, so over 90%, a bit like in the steel industry, of the water, we return back to the environment in good condition. All the production sites have multiple water recycling loops internally as well, so before even releasing the water back, this has been used several times. Some even able to operate closed loops, but that is really depending on the kind of water they have, the kind of conditions they have in the production and the products they produce. We have also pioneered reuse of treated municipal wastewater, although that's not very common in the sector yet. But whatever we do, we cannot make paper without having water. So the short recipe of making paper is having fibers, having water, and energy to mix it up, and that's where you get to paper. But I think it's also a difficulty when you already have a remarkable performance and then you think you have done very well in the past decades already, and you consider it's anyhow a necessity. It's difficult then to think how you could improve further. And this was, I think, I went too far. Sorry. Also, I think highlighted somehow the results of the SpotView project. First of all, in the video you noticed that it was a bit more shy on the results on the paper industry rather than the other industries that were looked into. And also in the LCA perspective, it was clear that water recycling and reuse strategies may not have such a significant impact on the net freshwater consumption, and in the overall water footprint, it's not very important. That, however, doesn't stop us for trying to get further and move further in this. It is because water is not a standalone issue. It has many impacts. It's directly linked to the energy consumption, and even if the water cost is not always as high in all the locations as in other areas, it's always linked to energy cost, and an energy cost is of course very, very high. So I think the water pricing is not also a standalone issue, because you need energy to pump it around, and you need energy to get rid of the water in our product. So it's always linked to energy. It's also linked, of course, through energy to CO2, and then these costs are very important in the sector. And of course, it's more and more related also to risks. So we need to be careful about it, and we are feeling that we have to perform very responsibly here.
Thank you. Jori, can I stop you there? Just last sentence. Go ahead.